Who's got one? Andrew.
Seventh, Roy was just in here a few minutes ago, said they still staying on you about defensively, about staying in front of the ball, and what are some of the other things that he's continued to kind of stress with you as you go through the course of the year?
Staying in front of the ball is definitely the biggest thing he pressures towards me. The next biggest thing is probably just take care of the ball and turn the ball over. So those are two things he's been preaching to me for 2 years.
On the flip side, what has he told you that you've done better of late?
It's actually the same two things I just said. He feel like I've been taking care of the ball lately. I think I was 3-0 last game, and I feel like I've been guarding the ball great. So things he's been preaching the most, I feel like I've been constantly improving on.
Seventh, this is your third time through. Yet again, this team's playing its best ball when it needs to be. What's your take on how Roy is able to get his teams to play better this time of year?
I mean, he's a great coach. He always, every day he always tells us not to get too happy. Like I said, we've been playing great lately. But I feel like our biggest reason for playing this good this late in the stretch is our loss to Louisville. Since then, we've been locked in differently. We still suffered a loss to Virginia, but that loss is the reason why it's been so good as we is right now.
What changed after that game? I mean, clearly it has changed, but what? What specifically do you think?
I feel like guys took more pride on the defensive end. I mean, they came in and got everything they wanted. They embarrassed us in our home crowd. I think it's the biggest loss here. So we just took more pride and we take it more personal now.
What has there been talk in the locker room among players about you all shooting for that #1 seed and still in the tournament, trying to get up there?
I mean, what's understood don't really need to be talked about. So we always want to finish #1. Honestly, that's our goal. We're just trying to focus on taking game by game. We're in great position right now. With Duke just losing and we winning, so we're just trying to finish out with control our own destiny, as Coach would say.
So I've asked Coach this. Just as we flip the calendar towards March, you got just a couple games left in the regular season. Where do you see the team as far as where you are right now, and how far away from where you think this team can be as we head towards tournament time and ACC tournament?
We still got a lot of improvement left. A lot of guys still miss assignments on defense, including me. I feel like we've been shooting the ball pretty well, but sometimes we go out there and miss shots. And I think the biggest part for us is to be on the defensive end and rebound the ball. Like, if guys come out there and, like I said, take it personal and not letting their man score, not letting their man get comfortable on the offensive end, then I feel like we can go a long way.
What have you learned most about yourself this year?
Just got to stick with it. That's probably the biggest takeaway for me this year. Had a rough stretch of games where I didn't play well at all, and just continue to bounce back, face adversity.
You said stay what?
Face adversity.
Oh, no, I mean the first thing you said you have to stay with it.
Yeah,
stay with it. Sorry.
My fault.
As a point guard, when you watch Kobe out there, what are some of the things that he's doing a lot better now that maybe average fans might not fully understand?
I feel like he's molding himself into a point guard rather than a scoring guard. I feel like a lot of guys just see him put the ball in the basket, but I don't think they see him like distribute for other teammates, and he's becoming a leader slowly but surely.
Have you played a role in kind of helping him understand how Coach articulates the demands on a point guard that might be unique from other situations guys might be in playing the point, because you kind of went through the same thing yourself?
Yeah, we've been rooming a lot together on the road, so we definitely talk about it. I just tell him the biggest advice I have for him is you don't make mistakes. He tends to get down on himself. But I always tell him just look at me on the bench, and I'll try to give him as much confidence as I can. Just tell him things are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen as part of the game, just play through it.
Your assist to Garrison before halftime at Duke, where did you get the idea to run to the locker room? Was that something you thought of yourself, or you see something?
It was just all instinct, honestly. When it happened, I was scared to death because I didn't hear the horn go off, so I thought for sure they got a basket on the other end. But that was just me just having fun. It was all instinct.
You see Theo Pinson's commentary?
Yeah, I definitely seen it. He called me the day right after the game, so we definitely talked about that.
Did he sound the same as he sounded in the video?
Yeah, I mean, that's Theo. Like, if you know Theo, he's always trying to put a smile on everybody's face.
Simmons, how often does that happen with former players kind of reaching out to y'all after games? Does that happen like almost every game, or is that something that just kind of comes and goes here and there?
I mean, definitely. Like, a lot of former guys, they all follow us on Instagram, so it's one big family, really. Everybody stays in contact with everybody.
And you kind of prove that too, because Kobe's taken a lot of your minutes. yet you've been very positive on the court this year, even though you've struggled at times. Is that hard to do that?
I mean, it was tough at first, but like I said, we winning. Just got to ride the wave. Just control the things I can control when I step on the court. Try to make sure something good happens.
So with this being your third season here, do you notice a different vibe around the program or a different intensity around the program when, like, today's March 1st, when March hits compared to, earlier in the season? Or is it just kind of, you guys always have kind of the same level of intensity and vibe and mindset every day, kind of, whether it's January or March?
I mean, I would like to say we all take the same approach, but like you said, it's March now. We understand that so much more is up for grabs. So I mean, we definitely got to lock in a little bit more. Just try to be perfect with everything we do from here on out.
Yeah, I know that the 17 team that you on were really good. They had a lot of returning players.
Yeah.
What did that team have, other than the fact that they were experienced, that this team either has learned how to get or still needs to get?
I would say from being on the 17 team, they had a different type of edge to them. Just because they lost the year before, so they already knew what they needed to do to get back, and they knew they had a goal set from the time they lost to the time they won. So I would say the difference from that team is just the thing we're trying to take away from that team is just get us a competitive edge. We got to go out there and try to compete. Like I said, we have the same goals from the 17 team. Just got to make it happen.
Do you think that Louisville loss gave you guys sort of that competitive edge, like in a similar way?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, we was embarrassed after that. Coaches and players, pretty much everybody as a fan. So like we made it our goal to make sure nothing like that else happens again. So we definitely more competitive now.
Are there any similarities with this team with the one 2 years ago? Maybe the defensive trajectory or some of the things?
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely coming together on the defensive end. Like I say, the 17 team, we didn't really become a great defensive team until around this time. And I feel like we're making the pull for the top, being the best defensive team right now. So we're just trying to keep building on it.
What was the deal with that, with the Louisville loss?
I mean, I think we just went out there kind of nonchalantly. I think we had 2 wins on the road before then, and we just kind of went through the motions a couple days before practice. Didn't prepare well. We just came out and got embarrassed.
Why do you think it takes until now to buy in defensively?
I mean, I wouldn't say that we didn't buy in earlier. It's just, like I said, much more is up for grabs, and like you said, it's March. It's net cutting time. We're just trying to get things done.
How tiring is it this time of the year too? I mean, everybody's looking for rest as well, but you really can't rest because there's so much out there to be accomplished.
I mean, this is what we signed up for. We got great trainers trying to take care of our body as much as possible. So that can't be an excuse for anybody this time now. We got a little bit over a month to go, so we got to push through it.
Seventh, is there anyone in particular who has impressed you the most since that Louisville loss?
I would say probably Nas. He's coming through big for us lately. He's been way more aggressive. I feel like everything's slowing down for him at the right time. So I feel like he's been impressive lately.
Anybody else?
What do you remember about the loss at Clemson last year? Nick Gill dropped to 5-5 in ACC play, a bunch of threes.
I didn't play that game. I was hurt. I remember Theo getting hurt like probably the first couple of possessions. I mean, Clemson's they're tough to beat, especially at home. They beat us last year, but I remember Cam and Joe, I think, having great games, probably career games, I'm not sure. But like I said, we know that we can be beat over there, so we got to prepare today, go out there and get it done.
Last question.
It's not a win.
How would you kind of describe the relationship between you and B-Rob, and just kind of how important has that been for both of you just during your time here?
I mean, me and B-Rob kind of like the same person when it comes to our relationship. We both think the same struggles of not being who we wanted to be as a player here. We both stayed with it, stuck with it, put in work, and feel like everything's coming around at the perfect time for us.
Anybody else?
If you and Nas competed in a dunk contest, who do you think would win?
I feel like I'll give it to Nas. I feel like me being shorter though, I feel like it's more impressive when I done, but Nas,
Absolutely.
Nas definitely got some stuff up his sleeve though.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks.